This video provides information about the Victorian Government's Skilled Visa Nomination Program for the 2023-24 program year. The information provided in this session is not migration advice and is general information only. If you need professional migration advice, you may consider seeking professional advice from a registered migration agent on whether any of the information is appropriate for your migration objectives. The Victorian Government provides nomination for two skilled visa programs. The subclass 190 visa, which provides permanent residence to live and work anywhere in Victoria. The subclass 491 visa, which provides a 5-year provisional visa leading after living and working in regional Victoria for at least 3 years. To be eligible for either the subclass 190 or subclass 491 visas, you must meet the following requirements. You must have had your registration of interest invited by us. You must be less than 45 years of age, have competent English, have a valid skills assessment, and score at least 65 points on the Department of Home Affairs points test for the relevant visa. You must also be committed to living in Victoria for at least 2 years after your visa is granted. If you're interested in applying for the subclass 491 visa nomination, you must be living and working in regional Victoria in skilled employment. We are not accepting applications if you are living in another state or territory other than Victoria. We do assess applications from those in border communities on a case-by-case basis. The visa process consists of 4 steps. Step 1. Submit your expression of interest, shortened to EOI, to the Australian Government's Department of Home Affairs using Skill Select. Step 2. Using the EOI number received from Skill Select, you then submit a registration of interest, shortened to ROI, for Victorian nomination via the Live in Melbourne portal. Step 3. If you are invited, you will submit a nomination application via the Live in Melbourne portal. And step 4, if your nomination application is successful, you will then submit a visa application for your selected visa with the Australian Government's Department of Home Affairs. To let us know that you are interested in receiving Victorian Government nomination, you need to submit a registration of interest with us. You can do this via the Live in Melbourne website. The ROI form will take you less than 5 minutes to complete, and you are not required to, and you cannot, provide documents with your registration of interest. On the registration of interest form, you will be asked a few short questions. You'll be asked if you are working in Victoria in skilled employment. If you are working, you are then required to estimate how much you earn per year. It is optional for you to answer this question, as you may be offshore or you may not be working in skilled employment. If you have claimed earnings and are invited to apply for nomination, you will then need to provide evidence for your claimed earnings in the nomination application. We have a calculator available on our Live in Melbourne website to estimate your annual earnings for the year, and I encourage you to use it when completing your registration of interest form. We use the term skilled employment, and that is any role that is at skill levels 1, 2, or 3 on the relevant ANSCO classification. Skilled employment does not have to be related to your nominated occupation. So, for example, if you are an engineer, but you're currently working in retail as a sales assistant, your retail job would be considered a skill level 5, and you cannot claim earnings from your retail job. However, if you are an engineer, but you're working as a graduate ICT business analyst, your work as an ICT business analyst is considered skill level 1, and you can claim earnings from this job as it is skilled employment. Once you have submitted a registration of interest, it will remain in our system until it is either withdrawn by you, invited by us, or the program year ends. We invite registrations of interest throughout the year. In each invitation round, we select all the registrations of interest at the time and invite the most competitive applicants. We consider your competitiveness across a combination of the following factors: age, English language level, years of experience, your education level, the ANSCO skill level of your occupation, your partner's skill level, if applicable, and any annual earnings if you've claimed earnings from skilled employment in Victoria. The Victorian Visa Nomination Program is open to all 500 plus eligible occupations on the Australian Government relevant occupation lists. We are prioritising high-need industries, including health, social services, early childhood, primary, secondary and special education teachers, information communication technology or ICT, advanced manufacturing, infrastructure, renewable energy, and hospitality and tourism in regional Victoria. Both onshore and offshore applicants can apply. If you are offshore and applying for the subclass 491 regional visa, we are currently only prioritising health, education, and social services industries. If you receive Victorian nomination, you must be committed to living and working in Victoria for at least 2 years after your visa has been granted. To submit a registration of interest and nomination application with us is free of charge. We do not have any minimum work experience requirements to be eligible for Victorian visa nomination. Once nominated and granted a visa, you will then have full work rights to work for any employer in Victoria or regional Victoria. If you have further questions about our program, please visit our Live in Melbourne website and contact us. We publish news and updates to our program during the year on our Live in Melbourne website. For the latest information, you can also subscribe to our newsletters.